Hello, this is ELB. I just got done procrastinating, so let's get back to work. So last time we focused on fixing the way that the sword swung. It wasn't exactly going at the correct angle. Like, it felt really off. So we got it working quite a bit better. So you'll see that it will be roughly more than 45 degrees from where I'm aiming, and then slide across to 45 degrees less. Or the opposite, I should say. No, it's that way for Game Maker, never mind. The enemies are only taking one hit each time the sword hits them. Takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits to kill them because they have 100 HP, and the sword does 20 HP per hit. Of course, we're always swinging at the enemy. Or when targeting, I should say. So, on that note, what do I want to do now? Well, this real simple swing, honestly, I don't think it's too bad. I think it could work for a lot of games. You know, a lot of games that aren't trying to be too complex. But that is not what I have envisioned, unfortunately. So I've been brainstorming how exactly I want to handle combat. You know, I have shown the gamepad and how I want it to be. Like, right trigger is your basic attack, and then you'd hold right bumper and then press like A or X or Y or B to do a special attack. And earlier today, I was brainstorming what those special attacks might be. And it wasn't until I saw a clip from one of the Uncharted games, of all things, that I realized exactly what I need some of these to be. Or if I were to go in the direction that I'd want. So in the clip, it showed, oh god, what's her name? Well, it showed Nathan Drake and the lady companion, I can't remember her name. Either way, they get married by the fourth game, spoiler alert. Blonde chick. So there's this little thing in the game where an enemy grabbed onto Drake, and then she helped by like knocking the enemy off of him, and then they proceeded to do a team attack. And this team attack was he like grabbed her, picked her up, and then she did a two-legged kick on the guy, knocked him back. And I don't actually know if this game is going to have multiplayer. If it were to be multiplayer focused, I would love team-based attacks. So say you do an attack that, rather than it being, you know, this eye strike move that has a 20% chance of blinding the foe for 30 seconds, instead you might have a move that's, I don't know, it would be like using the sword as a platform for the other player to jump off of, or something weird like that. At this point, I'm rambling. I don't even know how well that would work for a 2D game, which is the problem. So, what exactly I'm going to do with this right now, I'm not sure. I do have a couple of ideas, though. I might end up dropping the special attack thing for simplicity's sake, and instead go with more of a fluid sort of combo system, maybe. That would be more timing based and like hold length based. I'm not sure. So let's close this, and I'm gonna bring up Notepad actually to think about this, or to help us think about this. So for now, RT is attack, right? So if RT is attack, what would that be? Would that be a fast attack? A weak attack? Maybe something else entirely? Maybe it would be a stab. Medium, would that be, I mean, a medium strength attack? Would that be a basic slash? And then RT long, would that be a slow, heavy attack? Maybe it's a spin, like in Zelda or something. I'm not sure. And, well, that's sort of where my thought is at the moment. So I'm not totally sure. Trying to figure this out. So in that case, what are all the weapons that we might want? We'd want swords, shields, obviously bows, spears. For the idea that this game is, I'd want there to be quarterstaves. What else would I want there to be? Well, here. Let's actually get this going a bit simpler. Okay, sword, mace. Are warhammers one-handed or two-handed weapons? I guess they could be one-handed, or it doesn't really matter. What other weapons might I actually want in here? Oh yeah, the spear. Of course, you'd also be able to two-hand a spear, but there'd also be two-handing options for a lot of these weapons. Oh yeah, no, that quarterstaff would definitely be two-handed. What else did we have? I feel like I was way better at coming up with a bunch of different weapons as a child. Yeah, we can add on to this. So, obviously we'd have Great Sword. For just a heads up, those weren't really a thing. A lot of weapons could be used as one-handed or two-handed, and it really depended on the situation. But this is a video game, we're not going to get into that. Great Sword. Let's get these out of the way. Great Mace, Great Hammer, Great Grat, Great Axe. I mean, there's no Great Spear, right? Yeah, we'll just leave Spear in there. Now I'm just thinking of the way Dark Souls handles it again. What if we went with something like Halberd? I don't know. Spear and Halberd, why not? Now, obviously, we move on to three-hand melee. No. No. One hand. One hand melee. One hand ranged. So there aren't a whole lot of options for this, but one thing I haven't really brought up yet is magic. So wand, light crossbow, sling. Would a slingshot be one-handed or two-handed? Let's say it's two-handed. Wand, light crossbow, sling. What are they called? Throwing knives. That could maybe be kunai or even shuriken, or just plain old throwing knives. I had one other in mind. It's a spear, but it's not a spear. It's meant for throwing. Javelin. There we go. Two-hand ranged. So, now we get into... I think well... No, I think those can go in both. We don't really need two hands for those. Two-hand ranged. So obviously we'd have heavy crossbow. Let's get that slingshot in there. Oh, I forgot this. Good old boomerangs. Heavy crossbow, slingshot, short bow, long bow. In case you are curious, generally, short bows were used for hunting and for, like, skirmishes maybe. Longbows are proper war bows. They were the types that you'd think of, like, men sitting on, like 30 men sitting on a wall, all firing at once. They typically used longbows. So, they were a lot harder to use. They were, you had to be a lot stronger to use them. But they really packed a punch. However, as far as I'm aware, a good longbow could not break through a good set of plate mail or a really good shield. So, mind you, that is plate mail. They might have been, like, longbow arrows might have been stopped by uh, chainmail and padding beneath, but I'm not totally sure when it comes to that. That being said, there's a YouTube channel that I suggest if you've never seen it before. Lindy Beige talks a lot about medieval weaponry and how they were used, and I'm not trying to get as realistic here as he would be, but, you know. So what else can we do with two-hand ranged? We got heavy crossbow, slingshot, shortbow, longbow. I feel like I might be missing something. But I'm not totally sure. Shortbow, longbow. What the heck am I missing? You know, I really liked using this weapon in Breath of the Wild. So why not? It was just really fun to swing around and then suddenly throw at an enemy, which, you know, you could do with your standard boomerangs, but the great boomerang, or the really big one, was just, I don't know, it looked really cool. I liked it. So I'm going to include it on this list. But what else could we add? You know, I'm just going to do this. Google. I'm going to go to Google, and I'm going to Google medieval ranged weapons. Oh, well, thank you, Wikipedia. This might be helpful, actually. Arming sword. What was that? Like, oh, just a normal sword. Broadsword. Claymore. Katana. Falchion or pirate sword? Or falchion. How much detail do I want to go into when it comes to different types of swords, though? Good old sabers. Wolfbeard. Oh, yeah, those Viking swords. They were made with, like, some special type of steel or something. Crucible steel, there we go. Good old Zweihander. Gladius, what's that? Oh, Roman short swords. Those things are probably really good for slicing. Maces, flail. Oh, would I want to use flails though? I don't know. Oh, I forgot clubs. Oh, there were a lot of these. Oh, geez, wait, what? Oh, God. Non-lethal, it says, but geez. It's interesting, though. Now I'm just getting caught looking at all these. War scythe. Oh, those things, right. Sword staff. Spedum. Pike. Huh. Throwing weapons. So, throwing axes. Well, we can't very well have. Oh, repeating crossbows. What was the chakram? Throwing weapons, circular in shape. Oh, those. Oh, cannons. Okay. Hand cannons. Well, now we're getting into... Oh. Well... We can't very well include all these now, can we? What time is it? Alright, well... Well, we already have our basic sword, right? So... Here, you know what, let's actually use this. Oh boy. Is there a text color? There we go. Okay, so... Let's leave that. I'm wondering how difficult it would be for me to create some sort of proper animation system for the weaponry. Because that swing is kind of lame. But you know it would make it prettier? Some easing. I'm not sure if I showed all these, but these were some, like a bunch of easing scripts that I found online. Well, I didn't find them actually, but in any case, it doesn't matter. I was shown them. And the one that I used for the camera could be quite nice. Unless, hold on. So we got this. The one that we used for the camera, easing out cubic, I think it was. I'm not sure. Oh, maybe this one would actually be nice. So you'd be starting off at one place and kind of pulling back slightly and then going a little bit back and then coming to a halt. Let's try one of these on our swing. Actually, here. I need creation time equals it's not game time, it's time or something time. Hold on. Let's take a look. Time. Okay. Time. Come on. Timelines, strings, physics, paths, particles, operating system, networking, maths, file handling, drawing, date and time. Oh, it's current time, isn't it? So, current time returns the milliseconds passed since the OS was started. Anyhow, sorry, I got caught up on looking at those. We're using current time. So, this is when the sword was created. So, sword angle equals here, let's do sword angle start. Okay, we want in out. Let's start with cubic just for testing. Right. Okay. What was that? Start time? I think it was. I don't know, let's check. No, come on. There we go. Creation time. Okay, the value of the starting point, sword angle start, then sword angle start, no, I need to tell it what it is and then tell it how far it's going to go. So it's not so if it was from 0 to, or if it was from 1 to 91, I wouldn't say, oh, you're going from 1 to 91. You're going from 1 and then up by 90. Okay. And then the change between starting value, no, the amount of time it should take to reach the end value, e.g. 30. So what was it in milliseconds? I can never remember how many milliseconds are in anything, so I think it's, hold on, how many milliseconds in a second? 1 second equals 1,000 milliseconds, so if I want 1/3 of a millisecond, I want 333. Okay. I think that should be fine, but I'm going to take a look at this real quick to see how I'd done it. Current time minus camera start time. Wait, what? Oh, so I should do this. There we go. So that when current time gets to creation time, or yeah. There we go. Okay. Let's give this a go. See how the sword swing looks. And we already got this. Sword angle not set before reading it. But sword angle is being set. I am confused. Oh, there we go. Also, reminder, read the errors it gives you, because I almost never do that. Sort of a little awkward. It almost looks like a robot now. Time, start, change, duration. These all have the same. So I just did cubic. Let's try elastic. There we go. Okay. Well, that just looks kind of funny. A little buggy, even. I mean, like, it looks buggy, but it's doing exactly what it's supposed to. Oh, I don't know why that looks so funny. Huh. I don't know. We could try... In-out. What if we did in-out bounce? That would be funny. Let's see if it's in there. And of course, it's all the same stuff, right? Yep, cool. Well, that just looks even weirder. Okay. Well, come on. What if... let's try back. See how this looks. And oh, I'm feeling the need to use the restroom. So after this test, I'm going to go do that. That doesn't look too bad, honestly. It's like it's got a little bit of a wind-up. And I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Alright. I am going to be back in just a minute. Actually, how long have I been recording for? Not super long. Alright, I'm gonna be back in just a minute. Take care. Hello, I'm back. Okay, so I don't know, the way I'm thinking about this right now, I might drop the special attacks thing. It doesn't make the largest amount of sense in the grand scheme of things, I guess. Or having them, I mean. Instead, I kind of want to focus on... I guess you could say a more organic combat system. One that's all based upon timing and attack strength. So... So what I want to do is this. I will have the sword appear when you press the button, and the sword will strike when you release the button. The strength of the strike and the type of strike will be determined either by what button you press, as well as how long you hold it. So, a quick press will net you a quick attack, and that quick attack will probably have less recovery speed, i.e., if you do a quick strike, then you will be able to recover and do another strike quicker, and if you try to attack too quickly afterwards, it'll come out much weaker, maybe? So, let's try working this out a little bit. What are we looking for? So, hold on, I'm going to change this real quick. There we go. So, okay, quick hold equals fast attack, medium hold equals medium attack, long hold equals slow strong attack. So let's say fast weak attack then. So different types of strikes might be useful against certain types of enemies. Long recovery. I don't know why I did the tab there. Okay, so this is all a given. How long would a strong attack be then? A full second holding, so a good old 1 Mississippi. And what would these different attacks even be? Like with a sword, it could be sword might be RT would be slash and RB would be stab. Okay. I would make them smooth enough where you could combo between them, and they wouldn't, be combos in the normal sense. Like, it wouldn't be the type of combo that you'd expect from, say, a fighting game, but instead, from some other type of action game where you're just attacking together in a certain way where it flows well. And honestly, I actually cannot stand games that limit those combos in forms other than stamina. When, I can only go hua hua hua, and then it just leaves me hanging there for a moment. That bothers the crap out of me. Like, why can't I just keep on striking? Anyway, I mean, despite that complaining, I love a few games that do that. Like, I love Monster Hunter. Although, with a lot of the Monster Hunter games, you can find ways to bring down the gap in your combos. Like, I remember in Monster Hunter 3, I would always do a lot of hammer swings, and then right as I'm finishing, I'd suddenly roll, and that would cut down my my recovery time. And, I'd still have to deal with the roll, but it was a good break. It felt like I was actually doing something then, rather than just waiting for the attack to continue. So, hold on, I'm going to make this bigger. There we go. So, on that note, it's been 45 minutes. While I'm not quite done yet, there is something I'd like to do, rather than focusing on the weapons. Let's make our friend here a bit better. I'm going to remove his arms. Okay. And then I'm going to do this. Nope. I'm going to remove his legs. What was it, this? There we go. Gonna move him right there. Once again, I'm following Game Maker's own way of dealing with rotation, where 0 is right, 90 is up, 180 is left, and 270 is down. Now we got a dude spinning. Okay. He is no longer going to be doing draw self. Oh. Actually. What was this? Player aim direction divided by 90. We're going to round this. Let's take a look at how that looks. There we go. Sorry, I'm being silent again. Okay, so yeah, you know what? I'm gonna call that good for now. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day.